Yo, what's going on? So, Ronadiv, hopefully I said that. Vivek Ronadiv, the owner of Sacramento Kings, was seen working out. Two guys. Shout out the Sacramento VB for this, but basically, Ronadiv and Monty McNair attended a CAA Pro Day, which is a agency workout featuring Purdue shooting guard Jaden Ivey and Duke small forward AJ Griffin, both of whom are projected as top 10 picks. AJ Griffin, I think, is more of a lottery pick, if I have to say so myself. But McNair was also seen in a footage of a separate Pro Day workout in Santa Barbara that featured Benedict Mathurin, who could also be taken in the top 10. Ivey, 20, could be the best player available for the Kings at 4. And I have repeatedly said, Ivey reminds me, everyone's comparing him to John Wall, but I think Ivey's a shooting guard version. John Morant, my apology. Everyone's comparing Jaden Ivey to John Morant, and I think he's more of a John Wall, a shooting guard version of John Wall. Maybe not as good defensively, but I see more of a shooting guard, combo guard version of John Wall than John Morant. Very similar players, but again, he reminds me as John Wall. And if they stay at 4, I think he's the best player available at 4 for them. While we expect Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, and Paulo Banchero to go in that order for the first 3 pick. And there's also Shadon Sharpe. But this is a team that a lot of people have said their concerns about Jaden Ivey fitting next to De'Aaron Fox or being too similar to De'Aaron Fox to coexist. I think it would be fine. And then you have Davion Mitchell as the 6th man of the year candidate because he would be so good coming in whenever you need defense and a little spice up. Davion Mitchell. Ooh, baby. But anyway, like and subscribe. I want to hear your thoughts down below while we continue this video. So, what does this tell us? I really think they're deciding between AJ Griffin, Shadon Sharpe, Jaden Ivey, and Benedict Mathurin. I think if they're going to take Benedict Mathurin or Shadon Sharpe, they're trading down. That's my prediction because they know at 4 they can move down and still get Benedict Mathurin or Shadon Sharpe between 5 and 10 because Shadon Sharpe is all over the board and so is Benedict Mathurin. And as well as AJ Griffin. AJ Griffin might be arguably the best deep range shooter. Arguably the best shooter in this draft. He is a cipher. He's the son of Adrian Griffin, an NBA coach. A guy who was actually interviewed by the Los Angeles Lakers for the head coaching job. But what is the problem with AJ Griffin? AJ Griffin got injured in high school. And for the past 2 years, it seems like he lost whatever athleticism he had that made him stand out. He still has athleticism, but he's more closer to an above average athlete instead of being an elite athlete that we saw at the beginning of high school. Still a great shooter, but for a man who's 6'6" with an almost 7-foot wingspan, he is a horrendous defender. Almost to a point that you question his effort and his mentality on the defensive end. Now, if you're someone who believes that that is fixable, then definitely you would take him because I believe you can teach people to be good defenders, but you can't teach people to be defensive dogs. And I think you can teach AJ Griffin to be a plus defender, but you can't teach him to be, Klay Thompson, a Pat Bev, a dog. You got to have that in you. You got to want to do that. AJ Griffin seems like he would be a 3-and-D guy. A guy who easily averages 15 points a night. A guy who can make defensive stops. Sort of how Otto Porter Jr., pretty bad defender first parts of his career, but then became a plus defender and became a good 3-and-D wing. I could see AJ Griffin being a similar player to Otto Porter Jr., a little shorter. Just a 3-and-D guy. Otto Porter, his best years were like 15, 18 points a game for the Wizards. While I personally think if you stay at 4, you take Jaden Ivey. If you're trading down, it's because you want to decide between AJ Griffin, Benedict Mathurin, and Shadon Sharpe. Really, you probably take Shadon Sharpe at 4, but Jaden Ivey I think would be the best. You take the best player available because if you take Jaden Ivey and De'Aaron Fox has another lackluster year, this gives you the opportunity to trade him at the trade deadline. When teams are desperate to upgrade their talent and make a move to either keep a superstar happy or to make a run into, the finals. Also, I thought I had something on here, but it looks like it was on my computer. Now, I would like to hear your thoughts down below. What would you do if you were the Sacramento Kings? I think it's definitely an interesting position that they put themselves in, but hey, isn't it all interesting? All makes you wonder. But guys, that's basically the video today. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Like and subscribe and do all that good jazz. But I hope you guys do have a great day. Till next time, guys. But peace out.